Hello everyone! Returning to book reading time? Well, today is program 2. Does voting matter? Here you go. Just look at the page and tell what you think. Have you even voted before? So, let's begin this book. Views on voting. Voting is an important part of life in a democratic country such as the United States. Elections are held for many local and national government positions, from city council members and mayors to governors and the president. Voting in these elections allows citizens to have a say in choosing their leaders. Although voting is at the center of the democratic process, many people don't vote. They believe their vote doesn't matter. Why do some people have this point of view? Read on to learn more about the different views on voting. Electing electors. Many debates about the importance of voting are centered on the Electoral College. This is a system set up in the U.S. Constitution for electing the president. When a citizen votes for a presidential candidate, they're actually voting for that candidate's group of electors. The electors then vote for the president. The Electoral College exists to give states with smaller populations a more equal voice in the election of a president. It also exists because some of the founding fathers didn't believe common citizens should choose such an important leader. Popular vote versus electoral vote. The Electoral College system can sometimes make people feel if their vote doesn't matter. Because of the way the Electoral College is set up, there had been times in U.S. history when the winner of the popular vote didn't win the electoral vote, and as such didn't become president. This happened in the 1824, 1876, 1888, 2000, and 2016 presidential elections. When this happens, the election results don't match up with what the majority of voters wanted. This can make those voters feel as if their voice wasn't heard. Direct elections. Although the Electoral College system can be hard to understand, other elections in the United States are easier. In different elections, people vote for a candidate, and the candidate who receives the most votes wins and takes office. In these kinds of elections, every vote matters. Even in the case of the Electoral College, an individual's vote can still make a difference. The winner of the popular vote in the state is generally living all the state's electors. Because of this, the popular vote still means something in a presidential election. One vote won't make a difference. Americans sometimes feel as if one vote wouldn't make much of a difference in a big election. This is mostly true in elections held in states and cities with large populations, where it would be very unlikely for an election to come down to one vote. People often feel this way when their political views are different from those around them. If a state or community generally elects members of only one political party, someone from another party may not vote because they believe the candidate they would vote won't win. Worth fighting for. Although some people believe their vote doesn't matter, some groups of people fought and some even died for the right to vote. When the United States first became a free country, African Americans and women couldn't vote. After many years, the Constitution was amended to grant them this right. Even after the Constitution was amended, African Americans often had to pay taxes or take tests before they could vote. In 1965, the Voting Rights Act was passed to end these unfair practices. This long struggle for equality shows how much the right to vote matters. A lack of trust. In the past, people fought for the right to vote because they believed their vote could make a difference. Today, however, that belief isn't as strong. In the 2016 presidential election, less than 65% of Americans who could vote actually voted. Some people don't believe voting matters because they don't believe in anyone they could vote for. In a 2015 study, only 19% of Americans said they trusted the federal or national government most of the time. This lack of trust is one reason for some people choose not to vote. A right and a responsibility. People who believe in the importance of voting may not always like how the government is like doing things. However, they believe voting is a way to create change. Nothing would ever change if people didn't vote. It's the best way for citizens to make their voices heard. Voting is a right and a responsibility. U.S. citizens are given many freedoms, but they have a job to do too. Part of that job is voting. A democracy only works if people participate in it, and voting is the main way to do this. Building a stronger democracy. Respecting different points of view about voting is important. People who don't believe voting matters can help people who didn't think it doesn't matter understand the reason they should vote. People who don't think voting matters can share their point of view to help leaders learn how to make everyone's voice feel heard and valued. Free and fair elections are often seen as one of the most important parts of a democracy. Understanding all the different points of view people have about voting can help make a democracy stronger. So, do you have a good book reading time? Please leave comments in the comment box. Goodbye. See you next time. Thank you for watching my channel.